girl who waited for me. And I sailed that ship across the sea. And I sailed that ship all alone. And I wonder if I'll ever make it home. Say, Louie, Louie, oh, baby, we gotta go. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Woo. Yeah.
Thank you, Aaron, and welcome to Space City. Sorry. Welcome to Space City Chronicles.
Why'd you bail on the voice, dude?
What voice?
We all like
I
the.
had something in my
I think
throat.
with the panel's agreement, we all like the voice. Anyway, I'll quit interrupting because I'm not hosting this week.
Indeed. I, Ryan, am hosting this week. On a very special episode of Space City Chronicles, we will be playing a role-playing game.
Game of Rolls.
Game of Rolls. You see, because it can be like R-O-L-E-S or R-O-L-L-S.
Thank you for
Viewers,
explaining that.
it's a pleasure to have you watching us. So, what is a role-playing game? You may or may not be asking
Pretty
yourself.
sure our audience knows what a role-playing game is.
Hey, I don't think Mr. KB knows what a role-playing game
Yo,
is.
Mr. KB, if you're out there, please call us in 713-807-1794. Let's get you on the show, man. Come on. Anyway, that's enough of that. No more calls tonight. If you're Mr. KB, the lines are open. Other than that, we're playing a game tonight.
Indeed so. So, let's get started, shall we? Now, in this episode, we're going on an adventure. And in this role-playing game, it's not all by the book like you may be expecting from your typical D&D adventure. We've simplified the game to be more suited to the live show. So what this means is no prior knowledge of the game is required, especially on the part of our players. Although it helps to know roughly how RPGs like D&D work, so we'll go a little bit over some of the basics of interactions.
Okay.
We'll go through
Okay,
trial
I can do that in
scenario.
5 seconds.
No.
Okay, I won't.
The roleplay game takes place in your mind, borrowing elements of improv and fantasy adventure. Each actor/participant plays the game through a character, and characters have different stories, strengths, weaknesses, and personalities. Since we're doing a scaled-back version of the game for a live hour-long TV show, the only thing you need to know is have a little imagination and the willingness to play along. I will be your dungeon master through the game, and I will be leading the proceedings, but I will be staying out of the proceedings. Now, before we begin, and I think I already said that, but before we begin a second time, let's talk a little bit about our guests today. We have John in a non-hosting fashion.
Hell
Hello,
yeah.
John.
Y'all know me.
That's right. We have Alex here.
Hello, everybody.
Alrighty. Alex, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Originally from Houston, Texas. Spent the last 7 years in Los Angeles working for film production.
Fantastic. It's great to have you here, Alex.
Thank you.
Hello, Callie, returning guest. Good to see you again.
Lovely to be here again.
And we have a member of Frolic with here in the capacity of a participant and not a musician. Welcome, Vince.
Hello.
The programming table.
Oh, yes. I can't wait. And with Alex on our team, he's got some Houston home field advantage since the game will be
We all do.
in Houston.
One quick note: if you guys don't remember Callie was the
Robot?
Jamie.
It's the robot. She's Jamie. Although I don't want to kill the illusion, but I just did. Anyway, yeah, she played the robot.
The robot.
The robot that killed Johnny Windowpane, I think.
I think Johnny Windowpane died of a lot of things.
I believe,
Johnny
I believe it was Senor Johnny Windowpane.
No, that's true. Yeah, it was
That's right.
Senor Johnny Windowpane.
But we revived him, so was he ever truly dead? The answer is yes.
No, clinically, yeah, he was dead.
Technically, yes. And that's-
Jamie came in and just barged in and said, "Yeah, I'm a robot. I'm a big scary robot." And Senor Johnny Windowpane with a weak heart. Not that we hold that against Callie. She was playing a role of a robot.
I kicked him.
Yeah, she kicked him.
It did happen. It was quite alarming.
Anyway,
Now, it's important for you folks at home to not think of these people as John, Alex, Callie, and Vince. It's important that you think of them as Dregory, Fixie,
me.
Underemployed Gary, and Rudy, which is
Woody.
that way.
okay, let's go. Let's each one of us say what character we're playing.
Right. So, Vince, tell us a little bit about your role-playing self.
I'm Dregory, not far off from myself in real life. I'm the nerdy kind of guy, mainly about video game knowledge and kind of useless junk like that, but I happen to enjoy it a lot.
So you'd say you're a scholar?
Yes, a connoisseur of the gaming programming.
All right, excellent. And Callie, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Fixie. I'm always on my first gear, obviously. I'm a practicing freegan, which is a vegan that doesn't pay for anything, just bums it off of everyone.
All right.
I totally ran mangoes when it was still cool. But now that I'm not allowed there, it's totally
Uncool.
totally lame. So I just kind of like hang out front and hope that someone says hi when they leave.
So what kind of a person is Fixie? What is Fixie's defining characteristic? How would you describe Fixie in one word?
Intoxicated.
Intoxicated. Okay, got it. Viewers at home, think of a dwarf.
Not like literally a dwarf riding a bike. Although, if you want to picture that, that's funny too. I guess.
That's a good point. What I meant to say is, if you're familiar with fantasy tales, think about dwarves as in Lord of the Rings dwarves, or hopefully not Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs dwarves.
Okay.
All right. So moving on, Alex, tell us a little bit about your character.
I'm playing Gary. I get called out on my work ethic a lot, and I don't find enough of audience to enjoy my comedy.
So you're a comedian.
I try.
You try. So what is one defining word that you would choose to describe underemployed Gary?
Irreverent.
Irreverent. Alrighty. And John, tell us a little bit about, although I don't think the audience needs to really know that much about Rudy.
Rudy!
That's right.
I want to make something clear. Rudy is a character in the game tonight. He is not. I am not going to be playing the game as him. As you'll notice, I'm not wearing I'm not wearing his costume. I'm not playing his banjo, and I'm not carrying his infectious sense of positivity. I'm playing the game as him. But like that said, I'm playing it because he and I are such good friends. You know.
Now it's important to note that there's sort of some blurred lines here, so you are free to engage with your character as much as possible. You can speak in voices if you like. You can simply speak as someone controlling the character. However you want to do it, that's totally cool. Now, the method of play is going to be, I will set up a scenario in which our players must try to work together to solve a problem or defeat an enemy or just sort of figure out whatever's going on. I'll give them a couple of context clues as to what's in the environment, what the environment is, and set them free. Now, you guys would preferably be working cooperatively, so you're free to discuss with each other before any decisions are made. Although if somebody decides to go rogue, I will not stop you. That is a totally valid choice as well. And generally speaking, in a non-combat scenario, we're not really going to take turns. You're just going to take actions as you feel necessary as a group. And when there is a combat scenario, we may move into a more turn-based paradigm, in which case I'll roll a lot more dice and make an order for you, and we'll come to that, cross that bridge.
Do we have to write anything down or take notes as to how the game's going? So you're keeping track of everything?
There are a couple pens on the table, so if you want to make
my
character
pens,
notes,
so everyone give them back to me before we leave.
But generally speaking, you'll have an idea of
Right.
what to do when you get there. Everything's
Ryan?
fairly segmented.
Shut up. Let's play.
Okay. So
let's get started.
let me ask you a question. Would you like to play an example scenario? All right, that's Psy.
No, let's play the game.
Okay. Would you like to play an example scenario or jump right into the story?
Trial by fire.
Trial by
Jump
fire.
right in.
Okay, excellent. So
That's 2 out of 4. That constitutes a mathematical majority somehow.
that's right.
3 out of
so
4.
Gregory, Fixie, Gary, and Rudy.
Rudy!
All right. Let's roll.
To see me rolling.
So what are we doing?
All right. So
Hold on.
let me set the scene.
Setting the scene.
4
Setting the
strangers.
scene.
Brought together by a common destiny.
Yes, we'll get to that destiny part in a bit.
Oh, sorry.
All right. So here we go. 5 strangers find themselves riding the light rail in downtown Houston, all on their way to jury duty. They're the only ones in the car. It's about 5 or 6 p.m. at night. Sun's starting to go down, but it's not dark yet.
Wait, they're going to jury duty, but it's evening?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a night court.
Yes. The answer is yes. As the train rolls through a downtown intersection by the courthouse, it strikes a car. The impact sends everyone in the car flying, and the lights go out.
Ouch.
A faint crackling sound can be heard.
All right. So
What do you do?
can Rudy light the way with his magical powers?
I don't know. Can Rudy light the way with his magical powers?
Well, he's a musician.
This brings up a good
He can
point.
try, can he?
When you play, you can ask me questions, but it would be better to make a statement about what you want to do, and
All right.
then we'll go from there.
So Rudy tries to illuminate the car somewhat.
Rudy tries to illuminate the car somewhat.
He's a magician. He can do that.
All right, that's a number.
All right.
So Rudy pulls out a little pocket tuner for his banjo, which has a faint glow on it. When they pass it around, they see a lot of smoke going around outside the car. They see a couple of upturned seats that came unglued from the light rail because that's how the light rail works, I guess.
Glue is lighter than metal.
They see no shattered glass. They realize that they are still alone. None of the doors have opened yet.
And they see all of this with the faint glow from Rudy's banjo tuner.
Exactly.
Pretty
They see
amazing.
all of this from the faint glow from Rudy's banjo tuner. Players, proceed.
Gary is just gonna stop to ask to make sure everybody's okay
Okay.
after the journey.
Players, is everyone okay?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
Gary's
Well,
okay with this.
well done, Gary.
That was a
You have
waste of a
ensured
move.
the safety of your fellow passengers whom you do not know yet.
Shout out to
You-
Gary for knowing to... Never mind. I'm not on a mic.
Gary's a good man, we have now firmly established. All right. Players, what else will you do?
Fixie would like to go in her fanny pack and see what kind of emergency tools she has.
That, I would like to highlight, is a 1. That is what is known as a critical miss. Her fanny pack is completely empty.
What are we gonna do without the magic of Fixie's fanny pack? Not that I know Fixie as the character Rudy.
May I suggest exploring the environment just a little bit? I will repeat that when the lights went out, you heard a faint crackling sound.
Well, if it's anything like most text adventure games I've played, I'm going to start out with go north. Enter.
You head to the north side of the train. The crackling sound grows louder, and you find that it seems to be coming from an intercom.
Rudy shouts at the intercom.
Nothing happens. There is a button on the intercom.
You have to press the button first, then speak, right? Right.
Gregory admonishes Rudy for not thinking before acting.
But do you have to roll for that?
No.
For the admonishments? Okay.
No. That he said it. I'm just describing what just happened between you guys as characters.
Rudy feels very offended because this is a crisis situation and he's not thinking straight.
Rudy is not really getting much done right now.
So Gary's just gonna suggest everybody relax, but I'm also going to mess with the intercom and make sure it works for our use because I'm a comedian and so I know a lot about PA systems.
A combo tactic.
Yes, indeed. All right, excellent. That dice roll doesn't matter because I was going to do something anyway. He pushes the button to the crackling intercom. That was another critical miss, but that doesn't move the story forward, so I'm just going to skip that. Disclosure to the audience. You push the button, and you hear from noises, very faint dialogue coming from the conductor at the front of the train. And he sounds a little like this. With his dying breath, he says, "Thank you for riding the metro rail. We apologize for the convenience. As you exit the train, please accept a free ride voucher, as well as a commemorative Oops, We Hit a Car t-shirt from a metro official." As the conductor doesn't actually die, but just passes out from heat exhaustion because it's Houston, the doors slide open. The conductor has pushed the button, allowing you to leave.
Rudy wants to use his necromantic powers to revive the conductor.
Necromantic?
They're necromantic.
Romantic.
Yeah. Rudy has a combination of necromancy and romancy. We can romance the dead back to life.
Rudy walks through the now open doors in front of the train.
Baby, come back.
And he takes some of the sweat from his own head and he wipes it on the sweat of the conductor, who stirs for a moment and goes, ah, and then he kind of falls back over. May I remind you, the doors to the train are now open.
Fixie, being so Houston, opts to collect all of the commemorative T-shirts.
Fixie walks out, grabs the T-shirts which have ejected themselves from the side of the metro train in case of an emergency, and stuffs all 17 of them in her fanny pack. She now has a giant bulge coming from her fanny pack.
So
Now that she has exited the train, the rest of the players exit too, and they take a look around. What they find does not please them. The intersection that they're on downtown is in tatters. There's fires on every corner. Part of the street looks like it's been torn out by its pieces.
The same as usual.
So
The street, however, oddly enough, for a Monday night in downtown, is almost completely empty. The only things you see on the street are as follows. You see Captain Foxheart's Bad News Bar and Spirit Lodge nearby. The lights are on. You see a riderless Segway rolling by slowly. And then you also see a lone evangelical sandwich board jerk, which, if I may describe briefly, is an evangelical person who wears a sandwich board over their shoulders with a lot of hateful things on it, basically disparaging every group except for his own. He does not look pleased.
I vote we make a team effort to get this guy on this Segway and send him around the block.
May I remind you, this
Second that.
is actually a riderless Segway, kind of scooting along on its own.
I think what Gregory wants to do
put
is
the
put the
evangelist
sandwich
on
guy
it.
on the riderless Segway.
Yeah.
Rudy thinks this is a good idea.
Be ridden.
Group, does this idea please you, or does anyone have another idea?
I mean, Fixie kind of just wants to go to the bar and get some scotch.
Group,
We could just walk in and ignore the guy, I guess. Easier.
one person can do what they like immediately, or the group can decide on a decision.
I mean, I imagine Fixie has a bike on the light rail. Can we use that to go somewhere?
Fixie did have a bike, which we did not see before when we were looking around, nor did she remember that she had one, but there is a bike.
Well, we only had the faint light of of Rudy's banjo tuner, so
That's true. So you go in and grab the bike, but you find the bike to be in pretty good shape.
Rudy
So you
decides.
now have a bike in your inventory.
Rudy decides he wants to charm the sandwich guy with his banjo playing.
Okay. Rudy walks over to the sandwich board jerk and plays a little bit of banjo for him. Oh, he definitely does not like that. So, sandwich board jerk turns his somewhat satisfied grin into an angry scowl. He starts approaching you slowly. What do you do?
I'm going to tell him a joke.
Okay. What joke do you tell him?
So, did you hear the one about the two thieves who stole a calendar? They got 6 months each.
The joke did not faze him. He still approaches. He is now approximately 5 feet from the group.
Provided I have enough super meter, I'd like to focus attack dash cancel back Hadoken.
Yeah, we'll see what works. Dungeon Master assumes that is a Street Fighter reference. You
Correct.
throw some kind of punch at him. The punch bounces off his sandwich board, and he whirls around in a circle, thus spinning the blades up in sort of a helicopter fashion. And they just barely miss your face.
That was close. Hooey. Hooey.
So now he continues to approach, and he throws a simple punch, which connects squarely with your jaw.
Oh, man.
You stagger back a little bit, and you are unable to move for a minute.
Ouch. Good thing I didn't focus attack dash cancel forward.
Anyone else?
Rudy wants to make this guy disappear.
How does Rudy attempt to make him
Rudy tries to cram as much of him in his mouth as possible.
Of the sandwich board sign?
Yeah.
Of the
Of the
man?
board or the man?
Yes.
Of him eating
The man.
himself?
Yes.
Which?
Yes, both.
So he tries to eat the entire thing.
Yes, that's how Rudy makes things disappear, if you'll recall.
Okay. Rudy attempts to eat the man whole.
No, make him disappear. I want to be clear. Rudy's not a cannibal. Rudy's going to make this guy disappear. So he's going to try and put as much of him in his mouth as possible.
Rudy manages to bite off his nose and swallow that, making his nose disappear. The man is now staggering just a little bit, but he's still moving towards the group. He is now moving towards Gary. Gary, what do you do?
I kick him with my cowboy boot.
The kick sends him onto his back.
You're
Much like a turtle, he is unable to get up.
The sandwich board sign.
He then passes out from heat exhaustion.
It's either him or me.
So,
Well,
the sandwich board jerk is now no more. What do you do?
before we pass out of heat exhaustion, we should get in that bar.
That's what I'm talking about.
I think we can all agree on that.
All right. The riders, or the players, approach the bar, completely ignoring the Segway that's rolling by itself. And I think with that, we should come to our first break. Aaron, would you like to play us a song?
I suppose I shall.
All right, take it away.
Right down.
Well, you're my feng shui and the way you say you're never gonna leave, even though I kick and scream because I know this one thing, 'cause I know this. Well, you pull me out of my darkest clouds on my rainiest days. Don't run away, you stay because you're my lover, my desire. You give me a buzz like hard apple cider. You're my feng shui, my feng shui. My feng shui. Whoa, you're my lover, my desire. When I dream about you, ooh, it makes me tired.
Great.
All right, thank you, Aaron. I don't know if we introduced you at the top of the show, but you're our musical guest for the week. I don't know if I was supposed to bring that up.
I definitely did mention her at the
Okay,
top of the
my
show.
memory
I thanked her
is-
for her performance, but now you thanked her, so...
Well, we want to make sure all of our guests feel appreciated.
Just keep on coming.
Do you
Just
feel
keep on-
appreciated, Aaron?
I mean, like the camera could come up on me, like maybe once or twice, a little bit more.
Okay, appreciated but not critical, okay? Come on.
Just kidding.
Remember, we're doing you a favor.
Right.
Just kidding. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm leaving now.
Okay, I'm an ass. I'm a bad person.
I'm back.
But Woody's not. Well, he did just eat someone's nose off. Yeah, that's weird. He wouldn't do stuff like that.
Now he knows.
Yeah.
And knowing is half the...
All right.
Nosing is
Anyway.
All right. So, before we get back into the game, I will address you as your real personas, Vince, Callie, Alex, and John. Do you have any questions so far about how the game is played?
No, I feel like it's pretty clear now.
Does everyone feel pretty good?
Absolutely.
All right, excellent. So, let us resume. So, our intrepid people who just met each other 5 minutes ago are now walking towards Captain Foxheart's. When they enter the bar, they find a dimly lit establishment populated by just a few patrons. They find a bartender grumpily wiping a glass. They find a judge in his... And you know he's a judge because he's wearing his judge robes. sitting there at the bar, drinking, head hung low, mumbling to himself. You also see two other people who you can safely assume are a couple, gesturing urgently at each other. There's a jukebox playing, and it is playing It's the End of the World as We Know It. And that about sets the scene. Players, what will you do?
Rudy wants to challenge Fixie and the judge to drinking contest.
Ooh, Fixie wants to accept that challenge.
Hell yeah.
So,
Also,
you walk over to the judge. You say, "Hey, judge. By the way," actually, no. What do you say to the judge? I shouldn't talk for you.
Rudy says to the judge, "Do you want to see me make these whiskeys disappear?"
What?
Disappear, you know? I'm a magician. A musician, as it were, because I also play the banjo.
I don't care.
This is my friend Fixie. She's gonna drink.
She's good.
I met her
Good at
5 minutes
drink.
ago, and we were just in a horrible crash.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I heard that one from outside. That was pretty funny.
could I also add that Fixie is at the jukebox changing it to the Smiths?
Pixie digs around for some change. She changes it to the Smiths. What song plays?
Oh, I couldn't even.
It's such a
I'm
heaven.
not really a
Vicar in a tutu.
The song, please,
Here comes
please,
your man.
please, let me get what I want, starts playing. The judge kind of wobbles around a little bit and keeps doing his thing.
I wasn't listening. What?
The song changes. The judge wobbles around a little bit, continues to ignore the other players.
Rudy wants to continue with the drinking contest.
Drinking contest, you say? Well, that I like that. Yeah. All right. How many beers you got, and how many of them can I have?
I believe this is a Scotch game, sir.
Yeah, Rudy wants to reiterate Fixie's point that this is a Scotch
Hopscotch.
game.
Hey, what are you guys playing? Hopscotch? No, I'll take some scotch. That would be nice. Thank you very much.
So Gary's going to step away from the group for a minute and go see what the yelling couple are up to.
All right. While the others engage the judge in a drinking contest, Gary wanders over and sees what the couple is talking to. How do you approach them?
I'll probably some small talk about how I thought I got confused between the Pixies and the Smiths, and how I wish that the Pixies were playing, and if they're down with this music, because they were gesturing wildly earlier for REM. I thought maybe they'd calm down for the Smiths.
They continue to ignore you and continue gesturing at each other, but you see that they're gesturing at their phones mostly. Each of them is holding a phone and they're gesturing with their phones. You can choose to continue confronting them, or you can do something else.
I'll probably ask them if they're on Tinder.
They turn, stare at you for just a moment, and then they go back to it. But you do hear that they're arguing about why their phones do not work. They cannot find Wi-Fi in the bar. They have no bars. They're not even on roaming. It just says no service.
No service. Okay.
And then they get back to it. They clearly don't care about you at all.
If there's a judge here at the bar, though, I think maybe we should take a look at our jury duty papers, see if the judge
Yeah.
might,
Hey, man.
he might know him.
Rudy wants to ignore the jury duty papers in favor of more drinking contest.
The judge continues drinking, but not in a contest. He's drinking for himself. Say, wait, what do y'all got there? What are those papers that you're holding up in my face?
There are jury duty papers.
Jury It's been a heck of a day, man. A heck of a day.
Tell us, are you the night judge?
You might say that, yeah. What does the name on that paper there say? Who summoned you?
Judge Reinhold.
That's right. My name is Judge.
The famous Judge Aldous Reinhold.
I'm a judge, and my name is Judge.
Okay.
Now,
Let's call you JJ.
I didn't think I'd meet you here after all of the,
Can we call him Junior?
JJ Jr.
You can call him that. He doesn't like it.
Junior. Rudy is oblivious to his distaste with the name and continues to call him Junior in a gradually increasingly excited tone.
Rudy is rude.
So,
Rudy is rude.
Gregory, Rudy, Gary, and Fixie, I summoned you to jury duty to talk about something specific. And it would appear that something specific has already happened. You know what? Just forget the whole thing. It's hopeless. There's just no point. Why don't you guys just hang back with me, have a couple more drinks, and just wait out the end of it all?
That seems interesting. We gotta dig out.
Fixie inquires deeper into what the judge is referring to.
Boy.
Well, y'all noticed that your train crashed, did you not?
I do believe so.
Rudy now comes to the conclusion that the train has crashed.
Yeah, good job there, Rudy. Always knew you were a smart one.
Rudy ups the energy level, speeding everyone else up around him.
So, the train crashed. What did you see when you walked outside of the train? Was there anything unusual about that block?
There was a man with a sandwich board and a Segway that didn't have anybody on it.
That's right. Now, this Segway malfunction is a result of some extremely bizarre telecommunication incidents that have been happening around this town. You notice that your Wi-Fi's been going in and out lately?
I thought it was solar flares.
I don't know.
I knew I couldn't trust my Wi-Fi.
Rudy assumed it was his magical interference.
Rudy, I didn't know that you had that power when I summoned you.
Yes!
I shall take that if we all make it through this. I'm going to use you for that. I'm going to use those powers.
Rudy's excited about the possibility of being used for his powers by a judge and completely unaware of the implications of being used by somebody.
The judge is Judge Reinhold, in fact, is on the verge of telling them exactly what's going on when he falls back into a drunken stupor and starts mumbling about how his puppies were stolen from him.
Aww.
Oh, man. I just wish I had my puppies, man. Why did he have to take them? That green jerk. Is it? And then he sees the TV, which is blaring some public access, low-budget TV show. He turns to the bartender and says, "Bartender, why are we watching that public access show? Isn't there anything else on TV?" And the bartender says, "Judge, you know no other station has been coming in all week. This is the only thing we got." Judge says, as long as he didn't put my puppies on the air. And then the judge goes silent.
Sounds like typical Fest Quest 101 material. Maybe we should find these puppies and get to the source of this telecommunication interference throughout Houston.
Right. Well, somebody went and got those puppies. All right, let me tell you something. I was over down there at the HMS. I was there to promote my puppies. I wanted to show them off to the world because I just got this cutest batch of puppies. And they're something special. Is it? No. They're perfectly normal puppies. Anyway, this guy.
Rudy wants to know if there's anything weird about the puppies.
There's nothing weird about the
You
puppies.
said they're perfectly normal. I'm sure they're perfectly normal.
There's nothing weird about the puppies. So, this guy comes in, kicks me out of the station, keeps my puppies, and he bombards me with T-shirts. I don't know how he got so many T-shirts in my face at such a fast velocity, but I was just bombarded with T-shirts. It was really annoying, so I just came here.
Gary tries to get the information on the T-shirt from the judge. What was on the T-shirt?
I don't know what was on those T-shirts. I just turned and ran to the nearest bar to get a drink. This bar was about 3 miles away, but it was the nearest one I could find. I made it by foot travel very quickly.
Rudy performs a card trick.
Nothing happened. The judge falls silent once more, and the players seem unable to rouse him from his drunken reverie.
Okay.
What will the players do?
Head toward HMS, track down these puppies, right?
Yes. Yeah, we can all agree on
So
that.
3 miles away, you say?
I can scout it on my fixie.
Rudy just knows where it is.
Which
Rudy's
direction?
been there multiple times.
Is it north? Because I can do that.
Players consult Rudy for exactly how to get to HMS from where they are.
Rudy's had way more scotch than he thought and can't remember where it is, but he insists he knows where it is. So Rudy charges bravely out the door.
Rudy charges bravely out the door, and he collides with the Segway as it scoots on by, still riderless. He gets knocked over. The others exit the building to find the Segway repeatedly running over Rudy. To no damage to himself. They just find it very funny. And then Fixie goes to grab her Fixie, and she's the only one who knows how to ride a Fixie. So she starts moving a little bit faster than everybody else. Do you follow her? Do you pull her off the Fixie? Does the Dungeon Master stop giving you hints about what you should do? What do you do?
He continues to give us hints, and we'll go in the same direction, I think.
The players decide to move in the direction of HMS, which is in a general northerly direction. They start walking. The night is still humid and hot. It's dark. They got a couple miles to walk. So while they walk, we're going to take an intermission. Join us back for the exciting conclusion of this fantasy tale that we just made up.
Yeah!
Yeah! Woo!
play
Another
us out.
song from Aaron.
Well, I feel like I've been locked up tight for a century of lonely nights, waiting for someone to release me. You're licking your lips and blowing kisses my way. That don't mean I'm gonna give it away, baby, baby, baby. Oh, oh, oh. Body's saying let's go home. Oh, oh, but my heart is saying no. Ooh, oh, oh. If you wanna be with me, baby, there's a price to pay. I'm a genie in a bottle. You gotta rub me the right way. If you wanna be with me, you better make my wish come true. You gotta make a big impression. You gotta like what you do. 'Cause I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. Gotta rub me the right way, honey. I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. Come, come, come on and let me out. Well, the music's playing and the lights down low. One more dance, then I'll give it a go. Waiting for someone who needs me. Hormones racing at the speed of light. That don't mean it's gonna be tonight, baby, baby, baby. If you wanna be with me, baby, there's a price to pay. I'm a genie in a bottle. You gotta rub me the right way. If you wanna be with
Thank you, Aaron. Welcome back to Game of Roll.
Rudy, you're falling behind. You got to walk with us.
Rudy's getting up from being run over multiple times by a Segway, and if it doesn't happen as fast as everyone would want,
Yeah, Rudy's being dragged by the Segway.
Rudy is in fact injured.
Marching along next to him, joyful.
Rudy springs back into action and finally outpaces the Segway. The group is now moving as a unit with Fixie a little bit ahead because she's on a bicycle and no one else is. And they approach HMS. Now, as they come up to the parking lot, they find a gang of, well, I don't want to say gang. They find a gathering of rough-looking men. They look like they've been through a lot, as have you. You find on all sides still fire, torn up streets. You look off into the distance and you see 2 or 3 pillars of smoke in the Houston skyline. It's about, at this point, 7 o'clock. So this group of men, they're a little raggedy. Some of them are kind of bleeding. They seem to be talking amongst themselves, but they are standing between you and the entrance to HMS. What do you do?
We have a bunch of T-shirts.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Fixie wants to pull out all of her T-shirts.
We can upgrade their raggedy
Fixie pulls
clothes.
out her T-shirts.
But we could upgrade their raggedy clothes. Maybe they'll feel more together and family-like with
Do
the
you
same
wish to
outfit.
give them your clothes?
Yes. Offer the shirts.
Yes, as a
A token of good...
faith.
Yeah. Faith. Good faith.
You can resell
Will.
them at Buffalo Exchange.
Rudy takes off all his
Faith.
clothes.
You approach... Rudy takes off his shirt.
Yeah. Oh.
It was just a 6. If you had rolled a 20, all of your clothes would be off.
So's Rudy.
This is how dice work. So you approach the group, proffering your shirts as a token of friendship. You get a 20. You approach the group. You greet them. They do not attack you. They look a little puzzled, but they don't seem to be too aggressive. You say to them,
Please take these shirts as an offering of goodwill,
and
friendship.
and they say, "What, you think we need shirts?" We'll take them anyway. We can bandage up a few wounds. Thank you for that, travelers. Why do you look so roughed up? What's going on?
We're on a journey to find the judge's puppies and also get to the root of why there's no telecommunication available in the Houston area.
These men respond to your query thusly. We are the Trilitants. We are defending these puppies. These puppies cannot be played with or possessed or petted by any mere person. They must be of intense fortitude. They must be Trill in order to pass us and gain access to the puppies and whatever else lies within.
Rudy tries to convince them with some magic.
The first one, and by the way, they're standing in sort of a loose reverse V pattern relative to you. So imagine they're kind of like going that way. And there's one guy in the center, and they fan out towards you, and there's about 5 of them.
The reverse Mighty Ducks.
That's right. So the magic trick, while successful as a trick, does not impress them much. They say, yo, this is no time for tricks. This is the apocalypse. We don't appreciate your levity here. You are not Trill.
But Rudy's trick worked, right?
Oh, Rudy's trick definitely worked.
So Rudy's very happy about the fact that he pulled off a successful magic trick.
Fixie points to her Bun B thigh tattoo to illustrate exactly how Trill she really is.
Member 2 of the V formation nods in assent, walks forward, and hands you a Bun B mixtape. Says, "Indeed you are Trill. You may pass."
Rudy pulls out his Walkman.
What does Rudy do with the Walkman?
He wants to play the mixtape.
Rudy plays the mixtape.
But we don't have any headphones.
Everyone enjoys a moment together to the sweet beats of Bun B, but they do not pass yet. Because so far they have only deemed Fixie truly Trill.
Okay.
The other 4 members of the group stand guarding the door.
Gary pulls out a picture from his wallet of his old car that he had before the apocalypse, and it had elbows or swingers on the tires, the wheels, so they stick out like a foot on left and right in the car.
Oh, those spiky extra wide spinners.
Yeah.
Number 3 of the group says, ostentatiousness is definitely not Trill, especially in times of the apocalypse. When was the last time you told your mother you loved her?
At least a week ago.
That's true.
Yo, dog, that's way too long. You do not pass.
Rudy tries to saw one of them in half in a misguided attempt to do another trick.
Rudy accidentally saws himself a little bit. The member takes this as a token of his willingness to suffer for a cause. He deems Rudy Trill and allows him to pass. Gary and Gregory have yet to prove themselves Trill.
Yes. Okay. I'm not originally from the Houston area, but that's okay, because if I know anything about games, I can punch up at the sky and find a hidden block that has a Houston Rockets jersey inside.
He took mine.
Or some scissor.
They discover that while Gregory lives in a fantasy world of his own, he's staying true to himself, and that is indeed Trill. Gregory may pass.
Hooray!
Okay, all right. All right, so Gary goes through his wallet furiously again to see if there's anything. And so he finds
Just bribe them, man.
an old ticket. I have no cash. I spent it on the metro. So I use my old Astroworld pass. It was on the last day the Astroworld, when it closed in 2005. I got one of the last tickets. And I showed them, hey, guys, I'm for real in this one. I'm for Trill.
The 4th member says,
Trill.
hey, you've been holding on to that for 9 years, and it's never left your side? Indeed, that is Trill. You are worthy of entry, but beware. There lies a great challenge ahead. Proceed with caution.
Thank you.
The members don their new shirts in solidarity, step aside, and allow you to enter HMS.
Yes. We're in
Rudy says hi to the security guard he knows and could have talked to the whole time.
The security guard has passed out from heat exhaustion. He doesn't see Rudy. As the
Rudy is
members
sad.
of the ragtag troop enter, they hear a rustling noise. They hear clangs. They hear duct tape. They hear a lot of rubbing of things together and scratching. As they turn the first corner to the left, they find the noise grows louder. There are 2 doors. On the left, they know it is the studio to HMS. On the right, they know is the supply room. They know this because Rudy has been inside the studio before, and Rudy knows his way around the studio.
Oh, we have a map then? All right.
No, you just have Rudy.
Yeah, and Rudy's drunk.
Oh, I guess we don't.
What
have a
will
map.
you do?
And partially sawed.
Yeah.
So Gary's going to try to get into the supply room because there might be lights. Hopefully there's some kind of battery pack that we can use for some kind of thing.
Supplies might be useful.
Gary approaches the supply closet, and he opens it to find a room full of furniture, ferns, drapes, jewels, and a lot of things, including a piano.
Rudy wants to know if there's Band-Aids.
There are Band-Aids. Rudy picks up some Band-Aids.
May I roll the dice to see if I can correctly apply the Band-Aids
What do you wish to apply the Band-Aids?
to his wounds? To his saw wounds.
Rudy's about to pass out from blood exhaustion.
You successfully find that. Now, you continue digging around. You also hear a quiet yipping coming from a corner
In the same room?
in the same room.
Fixie approaches the yipping sounds.
You go to the corner. You find a box that says "Snacks for Later" on it. You open the box to find 5 puppies. 4 puppies, I'm sorry. You find 4 puppies. Each puppy, what do you do with the puppies?
Rudy tries to make one disappear.
Oh, Rudy.
Rudy
I think you did that when there was
takes
5.
hold of the puppy, but before he can make the puppy disappear, he feels a jolt run through his body, and he finds that this is not any ordinary puppy. The puppy glows green faintly.
We were lied to.
You were not lied to, you were warned.
We should not have. You don't want to pet these puppies, apparently.
Oh.
We should.
Or make them disappear, also, apparently.
This, you flash back to what the judge tells you, that these are no ordinary puppies. You find that on the collar, there is a tag that says, use puppy in case of emergency.
Well,
There's an emergency.
What do the rest of you do?
I mean, apparently it's the apocalypse and stuff.
The biggest emergency.
But we don't know where to use these puppies just yet. But I think we have room in the fanny pack, right? Now that there's no more T-shirts.
Right.
So,
T-shirt at this point.
his hands are full with 1 puppy. What does the next do?
Well, there's blankets and comforters in this closet as well, right? You
These
said there was draperies.
These puppies seem warm and happy just being themselves.
Okay.
They need no extra special
I
care. May I
meant-
remind you, they are no ordinary puppies, and they are faintly glowing and have, use in case of emergency, dog tags.
I meant for like handling purposes, like to wrap them up so that they were more easily handleable.
Rudy finds that his puppy is following around very loyally and patiently.
So Rudy's put the puppy down?
Rudy has put the puppy down, and
But
the
not
puppy
literally.
is just sitting
He's-
patiently next to
Well,
him.
yeah. Rudy's
Kill the
not-
dog, man.
Dipped out.
He's put...
Puppy's attention is on the Rudy's attention is on the puppy. What do the rest of you do?
Each grab a puppy.
You each grab a
Right.
puppy. Gary grabs his puppy, and Gary finds that his puppy says, play loudly in case of emergency. Fixie grabs a puppy. She says, though this puppy may have big hair, its ability to charm and put a stop to things knows no bounds. And then Gregory grabs... Did Gregory already grab a puppy?
No.
Gregory grabs a puppy. He rolls the dice, and Gregory finds that his puppy's dog tag says, saves you money.
Rudy, what does Rudy's puppy say?
Rudy's puppy says, use in case of emergency.
Okay.
Rudy's puppy is not as specific as the others' puppies. Now, if I'm not much mistaken, all of our characters have unique yet mysterious and possibly powerful puppies.
Power pups, if you will.
Now, before anything else happens, let us cut to Aaron over in the corner for one final song. Aaron, take it away.
Well, Scrub is a guy who thinks he's fly, who's also known as a buster. Always thinking about what he wants and just
The
sits
idea
on
behind,
his punk ass.
minor-
So no, I don't want your number, no. I don't want to give you mine, and no, I don't want to lead you nowhere, no. Don't want none of your time, no. I don't want no scrub. Scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. I don't want no scrub. No scrub. Well, a scrub is checking me, but his game is kinda weak, 'cause he know that he cannot approach me, 'cause I'm looking like class and he's looking like trash. Can't get with the deadbeat ass. So
right. Thank you, Aaron, once more for playing us.
Thank you.
Now, we have reached a pause in the game. However, Rudy rolls some gems and nothing happens because they're not dice.
And you said a pause in the
Rudy
game.
insisted the
We have
gems
a
are magic and that
16
rolling them
pause.
has some effect.
So, as the show is coming to a close, it looks like we're going to have to carry this over into next week. How do you all feel about that? Are you game to play more game?
I'm game for game.
Or game for game? Game for game?
Game for game?
Game for game? Alrighty. Thank you all for playing. How did you feel about this play experience? Was it good for you?
It was good.
Yes, great.
Good for you?
Gary loved it.
Good for you? Good for you?
It was a good learning experience.
We learned more about Houston.
Did we? What did we learn about Houston?
That there's a lot of fires.
That if you try and saw yourself in half, it's pretty trill.
That's right.
Be trill to yourself, folks. It's good.
Here from Space City Chronicles, keeping it trill, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
I'm Ryan.
I'm John.
This is Alex.
Callie.
Vincent.
Alrighty. Shall we take a dance party to end the show? Alrighty. Play us off. Let's take a dance party.
We'll see you next week, guys. Tune in. We'll be doing this. I'm going to just sit still because I'm very tired. I'm just going to narrate the dance party. Callie's doing a thing, Vince.
Said, "Louie, Louie, oh, baby, we gotta go." Yeah, 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 yeah. Said, "Louie, Louie, oh, baby, we gotta go." Yeah, 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 yeah. I saw a girl who waited for me, and I sailed that ship across the sea, and I sailed that ship all alone, and I wonder if I'll ever make it home. Say, Louie, Louie, oh, baby, we gotta go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Say, Louie, Louie, oh, baby, we gotta go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Woo!
Have fun.
Hats off to you, Houston.